Hi, just a little review today of the OPINEL No.9. I'm sure most of you have seen this knife before. It's somewhat of a classic, most people have had one over the years, and this is actually my first one. I've always wanted to give it a try, but you've probably seen other reviews, you've probably owned this knife, so just, this is my opinion of it. Very cheap knife. I think this was $8.95. No packaging. This is how it comes. It just came in a little sealy bag, and it's very basic, very sort of rustic French knife. This is carbon steel. Lovely full flat grind, which, if you've watched my other videos, is definitely my preferred grind. I find it much better for the tasks I use it for, in particular food prep. This is a very thin stock with a little bit of flex in it. Very sharp. It's almost finished to a sort of zero grind. You really can't pick up the bevel on it at all. It is there, I think. It certainly functions very well. If you run your finger along it, you can tell it's sharp, but there's a little bit of chipping and rolling on it. I might just run it through the Lansky and just see if I can get a shine on it with a strop. But it's very functional. Very pleased with it. I've used it for a little bit of food prep, and you can see that it's already picked up a slight sort of patina from, I think in particular, cutting some onions. It didn't seem to impart any flavour. I know that sort of some people force a patina on it, so they put a layer of something acidic such as sort of ketchup or mustard just to force a protective layer onto the surface. Now, in terms of food prep, I'm not sure whether that surface layer then imparts a flavour or not, but it certainly protects from rusting. You can see there's a few rust spots just from the light use it's had up there. As I say, it's wonderfully slicey, it's great for the job, and I've really enjoyed using it so far. Very simple lock, if you haven't seen it before. It's basically simply a pivot with a bit of friction on it, pinched in the wood there, and just to lock it, you roll the lock around like that, and then you've got pretty much zero chance of it folding on your hand. Likewise, when you close it, down like that, and you can pop the collar around like that. Now, I know some people take this collar off so it functions a little bit like a friction folder, a little bit like a slip joint, because they are very stiff in their handle, and I think probably that takes as much pressure as a slip joint to fail. I won't be doing that. This is just going to be used around the house, really. So yeah, I mean, these are great. For the money, I'd absolutely recommend it. I've always wanted to try it, and I've not been disappointed at all. Great for food prep. Whether the stainless blade would be better, I'm not sure. I got the impression that the carbon steel blade holds a better edge and achieves a greater sharpness with greater ease. I consider the carbon steel blade to be the classic iteration of this. I opted for the No.9 simply because it was a larger knife for the same money as the No.8. I think the 8 and 9 refers to the blade length, either 8 centimeters or 9 centimeters. For food prep, a little bit of me feels that the blade's a little bit long. You're feeling quite remote from the task of cutting. It could benefit from being a little bit shorter. But having said that, the 9 handle is absolutely great, and this end part doesn't irritate the hand in any sense. So maybe there's a trade-off, but the No.9, very nice, no problems at all for me. I mean, all I'd say is, if you're going to use this for food prep, please look after it accordingly. You do need to wipe it off because otherwise you'll get lots of patina on the blade, rusting. But don't leave it wet because it will rust and the handle will swell and you won't be able to get your blade out very easily at all. It's already stiff. Yeah, I mean, just by way of comparison, I've mentioned that full flat grind is my absolute preference. I do primarily use my blades for light duties, including food prep, so full flat grind is great for that. I don't need the extra strength. Just to compare it to the UK PK, which is another very nice blade for food prep, you can see, the UK PK is a little bit thinner, but it tapers down. A very capable blade as well. The Spyderco Pingo, again, another very nice full flat grind. That's much thicker. And then just a Swiss Army knife, so standard full size blade. Again, slightly thicker stock. So the OPINEL is a very, very capable slicer, great for food prep, as long as you look after it. I haven't experienced any sort of flavour coming off that blade, so it's not been problematic for me. Yeah, all I'd say is highly recommended. A good way of spending £8 or £9 really. Okay, thank you very much.